Peace, everyone. I just woke up and I had to rush out here to watch the sunrise and talk to the sun and, you know, get those. It's just, some people call them light codes, but it's just a feeling that you get when you're in the presence of the sun's facing right at you. Intentionally, in the rising. It's a feeling that I get, at least. And, when I sit here and I close my eyes, sometimes, and I think it's maybe the Virgo energy that I have, and also the ADHD shit. I guess they say I had it when I was younger, even though we all know it's a whole bunch of bullshit. Attention deficit hyper disorder. Bitch, I don't want to pay attention to what the fuck you want me to pay attention to. I'm hyper, bitch, because I'm a kid. The fuck? I'm not hyper now, but I can get there. Anyways, and when I say ADHD, I don't mean whatever the world or the medical industry says it is. I'm talking about just being hyper, and it's hard for me to concentrate on certain things. Because when something comes to my mind, I have something else come to my mind, and a lot of other things come to my mind. And yeah, you could say that, I guess. Attention deficit hyper disorder. Attention deficit. Okay. Maybe I'm so hyper and so active. My mind is so active that when I have something that I think of, and I could focus on it for a second, but then I have something else to think about as well. So my mind's active. It keeps going, and thoughts keep coming. So it's nothing wrong with it, I would say, to understand how to utilize it. We have a lot of things that we don't understand how to utilize, including the brain. But what I wanted to say right now was, I come out here, I close my eyes. Meditation is something serious, you guys, because it's even hard for me to meditate sometimes. Like I just explained to you, because of that attention. I don't want to call it a disorder. I don't feel like it's a disorder, bitch. But because my mind is so active. When you're sitting in your true meditation, some people are like, oh, meditation, you can do this and you can do that. No, I'm talking about real meditation. And I don't even know real meditation. So I'm talking about the step 2 real meditation, other than meditating with music or crafts and, art and stuff like that. That's a form of meditation, but that's not all meditation, because if you're not doing the true meditation, and I'm sorry, I keep saying true, but I mean the step to the true meditation, by sitting there talking to yourself, closing your eyes and being in tune with your inner self, connecting with your inner self. That's a step to true meditation. Now, when you get to the real gurus that's been doing this stuff, I'm not sure. But all I know is that when you're actively doing something, you're not able to truly focus on the inner you. So you could act like you are or whatever, but when you're listening to that music and saying, well, I'm meditating because I'm vibed out. No, motherfucker. You're listening to music. Other words are going into your head. Okay? So at the end of the day, meditation by sitting with yourself and being in tune with yourself and your inner self. So, and every time I do that, something comes to my mind, and I have to practice with all thoughts that come to your mind. You don't have to entertain. You don't have to entertain all thoughts that come to your mind. I'm sorry I look a mess. I just woke up. And I don't give a fuck, I want to be able to speak, and I don't want to get dressed right now. You have a problem? Bitch, change the channel. So, yeah, if something comes to my mind and I want to talk about it, or I want to research some shit, that's what happens in my meditation sessions. So right now, I quit my meditation to get on here and say what's on my mind. I closed my eyes, felt the sun rays, and what came to my mind is visualizing and continuously manifesting what I really think I need and want in life. For now. What I can go, as far as I can go in my mind for now. And it is continuously the same vision, to have a community, a close community of people that are working together. Not just people, a lot of women. And we're working together with a common goal, united through respect in our minds. And we're working the fuck together I just, and then I'm thinking right now I'm just thinking out loud. Because that's the vision I see, and I was like, wow, let me just record about it. The thing is, you can vision something to be so perfect and good, right? But you have to understand that there is going to be things that comes into your way. And maybe a couple months ago, I had that talk with myself. Like, okay, Alicia, because sometimes you start to do something and you're very passionate with it. But when something don't seem right, when you get another thought into your head to say, well, let's do this too, but what about that and this will actually help you with that. What happens is, there's many things that happens, but a lot of the times, we like to visualize. I don't want to go off track. I was about to do it. A lot of the times we visualize what we want and it's perfect. Like I said, a couple months ago, I visualized this and I said, you know what? If this community ends up bringing you stress, if this community ends up fucking with you, ends up doing this and doing that, you have a lot of problems and all this stuff, what are you going to do? Because sometimes you'd be so into something and then with a snap of a fucking finger, you'll be like, oh, I'm gone. Actually, you can have what I've did this many times in my life. I can put in work, and I'm sorry, I'm exposing myself right now by saying this, but I'm actually saying it because this is something I'm working on. It's not something that I just accept and just is what it is, but it is something that is real. So, I wanted to share that with you, and maybe you could not judge me, but you can help me. You cannot say, oh, she's just gonna, quit. No, she's just gonna keep going. She's just going to overcome that because she's going to have people around her that can help with that. That can inspire her to keep going. So, or that understands, oh shit. Yes, I would want Alicia to be here all day with and do these different things. But what she's trying to do is go and make things for us better here at the community. So there will be understanding. You know what I'm saying? There will be help. There'll be actually help to and an understanding to what I'm trying to do, because anything I do is just trying to make things better, So at the end of the day, I had that talk with myself and I said, you know what? No matter what it is, this vision that I have, as far as bringing people together and having a community and at least raising some children for a year, at the very fucking least, have your children come for a year. And because I want it to be such a productive, positive environment, healing environment, that even if your child, whatever age, comes and stays with us for whatever amount of time, they are going to leave with something changed within an enlightenment. They're going to leave with inspiration, motivation. You know what I'm saying? They're going to leave with education, information. They're going to leave feeling empowered. They're going to, things like that. That's what I want to implement into people, because I think the bottom lines go to me knowing that stress and depression is big. And that's something that I dealt with in my life. I've dealt with a lot of things, but I don't look at them as such big things. But there's other people that deal with these things, and they look at them as big, and they let that hold them down. And I'm here because I can feel it in my heart right now. It makes me want to cry a little bit because, y'all don't know, like as a teenager, I used to cry every fucking day for like a year straight. And I'm a crybaby. I can cry a lot. So, but now I'm understanding that, and I'm not taking it like, oh, I'm so down and depressed. It's not always what you do, it's how you do it. So I'm like, okay, keep going. And me going through those things, I think it really, and even going through my spiritual journey, like how I got into it, the people I was around, all the weird shit, all that type of stuff, like those things affect me to a point that makes me want to move and make a change and help other people that may be going through it, So what I inspired to do is just have a environment, a space where people can come and better themselves, heal themselves. If you're stressing, free yourself. And not only that, on a mental and spiritual level, but physically better yourself. Not emotionally, but I'm saying like financially. But let's better ourselves. Financially, build together. Generational wealth. Hey, that's
some. Anything from over here?
No, thank you. Okay. This is something that we have to just really put our energy into, right? Generational wealth has been something that I've been thinking about for a while, right? Been working towards for a while. Coming into spirituality is actually it's assisting me with doing, understanding generational wealth, because sometimes we're working ourselves way too hard to give over something to our family members that don't know how to maintain it. So after a lot of people, like, they'll give their children or their family members over a lot of businesses or money and things, and a year after they die, that shit's gone. All their hard work, all the work they put in, for all that time, that shit is gone, because they were handing it over to the next generation, or to the family members that is not really into it, who don't know how to sustain it, and don't know how to, so they end up blowing it. Like, imagine giving your kids, $10 million and they just blow it in the next, or somebody else comes in and takes it from them. So those are type of things that, I think about. And, I was like 23, 24, maybe. Yeah, about 23, 24. And I was like, you know what? I told my ex at the ex that I'm going to retire when I turn 30. He was like, no, you not. You can't do that, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying it's not going to be, I was thinking then, I'm like, it's a retirement I'm passing on to my children. I'm not going to have to work no more. The children are going to work. The next generation is going to work. And that's something that's been sticking with me. And now, even coming into spirituality, I realize that I don't need to run myself short chasing money. It's not always the money that is the issue. We have to understand what money is and what currency is to figure out a better way to have generational wealth. It's not always about the money. There's family members that work their ass off, 9-to-5 job for a long time, all their fucking life, But what they did was they put energy into their children to be able to help their children to be the best that they could be. And that energy turned into money attracting to them children. So we have to understand it's not always about chasing money. It's not. It's about energy and how you are putting your energy into things. So in maintaining that energy and transforming that energy and keeping that same energy going, whatever works. So right now I'm all into systems. I'm all into creating systems and creating a way, especially nowadays, automatic systems, online systems. It's the future. It is what it is. Technology. It is what it is. We've been focused on technology for many, many years. It's going to continue to grow because this is where our focus has been. There's nothing wrong with that. But something that we do need to do is we have a lack of focus in other areas of life. So we have to understand energy. We have to understand currency. We have to understand systems, the system we live in, other systems. We have to make up our own systems. Systems is this, see, this is what I'm saying. If you have a system, which is information that you pass on to the next generation that works, then what else you gonna do? You're gonna do something that don't work? You might as well do something that worked. My great-great-grandmother was doing it like this. It worked for her and it might work for me. I tried it, it does. You know what I'm saying? But not my great-great-grandmother was a millionaire. That don't mean that you're a millionaire. What you gonna do? The same thing that she did, but that was a different time. So who knows? Like, I'm just saying there's different ways to look at it. And I feel that once we are coming together and uniting on a certain in a certain way, that we'll be able to put our brains together. It's not just me talking, it will be multiple people on the same type of level speaking about these things. And how can we make, how can we have generational, thank you. I think that was going to be better when we unite. Because we're going to be able to put our minds together in order to come up with better plans and ideas. I love my mind. I think my mind is very good, but I also know that if I had other people around that I can bounce my mind off of, we would make shit even better. I know, coming into understanding and knowledge of self, I know the things that I lack and the things that I need in other people. Before I would say, you know what, I'll do it all. Bitch, you just do that. I'll do it all. But no, logically, it don't fucking make sense to do it all. You don't have to do it all. And knowing myself now, it makes zero sense to do it all. Okay, 0 sense, because I'm selling myself short then. I'm selling myself short then. I already know I need other people around me, period, that believes in me and that's there for me. And I'm not looking at it like it's not going to be any issues. Because I already know. It is. But the thing is, and that's what I was going into a little bit ago, is just like, how can, when these issues come up, and this is, I don't know if I told you, but I said I'm going to endure. This is, when I was thinking about this a couple of months ago, thinking like, oh, this can happen. Are you going to quit? Are you going to do something else? No, I feel like I need to endure this because I see myself as an old lady in my own community, that around people that I've been knowing, been working with, been together with, damn near family with for years. And we all grew old together. Our children grew up together. That's the type of thing I'm thinking about. And I'm going to hold on to that. And I know there's going to be issues and things that come along, but I still picture myself as an old lady in my village. So nothing's going to run me off from that. And the thing is, there has to be a certain level of militant to this. There has to be a certain level of discipline and law. Meaning that, for one, the first law that I have is just know how to fucking respect each other. Know how to have respect. No matter what you're going through, have respect. Because if you don't have respect for yourself, you probably ain't going to have too much respect for other people. So having respect for yourself and others is very important in our community. So, there's a lot of things. And like I said, when we come together, it can be a more of a picture. We can paint a bigger, better picture once we come together. All I'm doing is painting my little pieces. This is what I'm thinking. But when all of us come together that's on the same type of mentality, shit's going to take off. Because the picture is going to be printed. You know what I'm saying? If that made sense to you. Like, everybody else will put their pieces to that picture. And it's going to be beautiful. Right now, the picture ain't all the way done. Basically. So, yeah. Village, tribe, knowing how to live sustainably. But also knowing how to live in the system. We don't have to live off the system. We can. We can know how. We can have that information and pass that on to our next generation just in case. But right now, we have the system. And if we know how to utilize it, we're going to utilize that shit. The fuck? It's there to utilize, so we're going to utilize it. But we're not going to depend on it. It's the difference between utilizing the system and depending on the system. You know what I'm saying? In any ways, whether it's your health, your education, your food, your water, anything. So, yeah, I think this video is kind of long. I don't know how many people with me. If you do watch my long videos and you actually stay with me, you'll know that I be channeling throughout the video. So sometimes in the beginning of my videos, I'm just starting up. Towards the end, it's getting there. Okay, like I said, yes, I look a mess. No, I did not put up my hair last night. It's what it is, but it really don't matter, though. Who got something to say? The fuck? So, at the end of the day, yeah, we're going to come together. We're going to build. And that's just on my mind. And the people that have been feeling me and that felt me the first time I said it to them, stay with me. I'm working on myself, and you should be working on yourself too. And I'm not giving up on this. I got shit I have to fix within myself, and I'm working on that every fucking day. Best believe, once I start to align, that shit's going to take off. And there's nothing that I can do to stop it. What's going to happen is this energy is just going to come through me and like, bitch, you're moving. I'm moving. I'm not thinking. I'm not overthinking. I'm doing what comes to my mind that I deem necessary for our mission, for our purpose, for the things that we're trying to build. You know what I'm saying? So I already know that energy is coming. What you have to do, even if whatever you're working towards, if you're working towards a business plan, an idea, you're working towards gaining money or anything, you have to be in tune with yourself. And once you manifest it, continue to think about it. Once you in line with that energy, baby, it's game time. It's coming. There's nothing you can do. It's going to happen. So, and I'm just eager to get into the flow of things again, where I'm just flowing and just going instead of overthinking. But right now, like I said, be in tune with yourself, work on yourself. Everything else will follow. Peace. Crowns up.